Go
I'll do
for
the
it.
introduction. So, hello world. My name is Eric, DJ Eric Sagan, and today we are having our first entrepreneurial class. Hi guys. You guys want to introduce yourselves real quick?
Hi, I'm Azin, 24 years old from Amsterdam.
I am Magda from Italy, Morocco, and Egypt, and I'm 33 years old. I'm ready for this new lessons.
And I'm John. I'm 31 from Colombia.
Super. And I'm Eric. I shouldn't have to say my name and age, but I'm Eric. I'm 40. And I decided for some reason to have a training course. So this course is designed to help people that want to become an entrepreneur. For people that don't know, I am living in Amsterdam for 12 years. I am a tour guide and I'm a DJ. And I have built two companies doing that. And I've made my own life and living here without having to work a job. So I'm going to try to teach people how to do that. And I'll be honest, it's the first time I've ever been honest on camera talking about how much I make, but I make six figures usually. So over 100,000. So that's why I have to at least say I'm a subject matter expert. I'm an SME. So I do know what I'm doing. I have been doing this for a long time. You guys sitting in my house. My house is nice.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll do better for John. John was like, yeah, he seemed bigger. I'm sorry, but I don't know. That's how everyone on YouTube does their like, look at me, I'm this, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm actually gonna show numbers as well, so you don't just think I'm some random black guy that's like, oh, I know better than you. Like, no,
No.
I've done it and doing it. So the idea behind this course, I'm loading my introduction now. But basically, the idea is that to be an entrepreneur, to have your own business, it actually takes a lot more than anything I've learned in university or school. Everything I learned about being an entrepreneur for the last 12 years, I
Wow.
think I've used 5% of what I've actually learned in school,
Oh wow.
maybe 10%. So I realized that a lot of people have gone to school and they're going to school now and they're working jobs and you get stuck in kind of a pattern. You start getting into this repetitive life where you just go 9 to 5 and then you work and maybe you make some friends and have some colleagues and then after you're done you go home. If you really want to, you go to the gym,
Yeah.
have a dinner,
Drinks on the weekends.
drinks on the weekends, get wasted for 2 days and you're in bed hungover. Then it's Monday, you have to do it all over again. You do this for 50 years, 60
Sometimes for
years.
the other 2 days.
Yeah.
Kind of over.
Yeah. So, I started doing that little. So I'm going to start off with an introduction to me and who I am. So I started doing that right after I graduated university. So I'm 40. And I went to university in Florida, in Tampa, University of Tampa. It's a really good school. And I learned a lot. I learned statistics and algebra and geometry, and I learned history, and I learned finance, how to calculate stock indexes and bonds.
Yeah.
Then I minored in French, which was fun. And after I graduated university, that was so long ago. But after I graduated university, I started working for a firm called T. Rowe Price. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's a really big financial firm like Morgan Stanley. They do asset management, or like I think the name of our biggest competitor was something like Frontier, something like that. But basically, I traded mutual funds. It was retirement accounts. I wasn't in the high value yet. I started in the very basic ones. But I was trading mutual funds for people. So you would put your retirement account into mutual funds. You guys know what mutual funds are?
Mutual
Um,
funds?
Yeah. Cool.
it's like when the retired people put their funds somewhere and you manage them like
Well,
per month.
so you know what a stock is, right?
Yeah.
It's buying stock in a company.
Yes.
So you can buy stock in Apple, in Google, in Alibaba, in Firefox. So in all of these things that you're buying, that you can buy a stock or a piece of ownership in that company. Now that is all symbolic, it's all
Yeah.
paper, but with that, as the company's value fluctuates, you make money and lose money, right? So you can take one of those stocks, so one stock for one company like Apple, and you can group them together.
Oh wow.
So you can say it's a tech fund. Then let's say you take €1 and you put it into a tech mutual fund. Well, that €1 is going to be divided between Apple, Google, Firefox, I don't know, Samsung. You know what I mean? It's going to everything. It's going to be diversified into all of that. So that way, your money is, you understand, diversified. That way
Yeah.
you're calculating risk, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So instead of being with just Apple, let's say Apple has a bad day, but IBM has a good day. Well, you luckily you're invested with both.
Yeah.
will have some kind of increase in your profit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So those people, that was a quick finance lesson. I didn't know that that wasn't widespread knowledge. So when you take that, people would take their retirement funds. You know what I mean? So a lot of people have their own retirement fund, your pension funds, and people also save on the side. So I dealt with that side, and people would have to. We had so many different types of mutual funds that I had to learn about. We had to learn about emerging markets. So you're investing in companies in oil in Saudi Arabia, in Africa, in Somalia, or you're investing in really safe companies like health companies like Johnson and Johnson or Pfizer. So I had to learn about all these companies
A
and
lot.
and
That's a
not
lot.
I wouldn't give people advice. I wasn't allowed to give advice, but people ask you for advice.
Yeah.
So I saw the trends, things like that, and I would say to people what they should do. Now, I did that for 1 year, and I was in what we call the rat race. Have you guys ever heard of the rat race? So write that first thing down. And you guys at home, I'm going to give you a lot of things to write down, and then we're also going to have action activities. So it's going to be things that you're going to do right now. Get started on the journey to being
Rat
your own
race?
entrepreneur. So the rat race, like a rat, like
Right?
Yeah.
and a race, like a wedstrijd. Die rattenwedstrijd.
Yes.
So, ¿cómo se dice en español? Una competición de ratos.
La competencia de las ratas.
Las
O
ratas.
la,
Qué bueno.
Ratas.
o la,
We're going to make this into a different
Sí.
language for everyone. Okay? So the rat race is the thing that we all are living now. That is a coined term from Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard of that, right? But it's the rat race. So I was in the rat race in 2007. There, every year. 2007, 2008. When Brittany was having her meltdown, I was having my meltdown too because I could not deal with working 9 to 5.
yeah.
I'll be honest, I was severely depressed. Way more addicted to alcohol and drugs than I ever been in my life. There was a suicide attempt on my way to work because I just couldn't take going to work and being in this box. So I took a different route than a lot of people. I always took the extreme route, you know. I always took the route that was going to be more difficult and I guess more exciting because I just thought that that was what we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then I started failing at it miserably. And I thought, and the world and my boss, they all said that the problem was me.
Yeah.
That this is something that all should happen. And you know, I'll be honest with you, I got fired from almost every job I worked, especially during that time. So I took the hard way, and I'm trying to do this course so nobody else has any suicide attempts or has the world telling them that they're wrong because most likely you're not wrong. After I finally figured out, it took me 8 years to figure out that I was not a bad person and there was nothing wrong with me. It was just the environment that I'm in. And I went through a very long personal journey, which I'm still on. And I just started sharing it because I think I'm in a better place now. So the personal journey was A, I'm not a bad person. There's nothing wrong with me. B, I don't belong in the United States. I was working in Florida at the time, living in Florida. And this is right before Barack Obama became the president. Right when he became the president, everything in our country changed. And it changed for the better with him. I love him, proud of him. It was the people around him that weren't happy that he was president. And the reason they said that he was president was all because of his color. It had nothing to do with him being a capable, wonderful president. So fast forward, I'm like, I'm out. Moved to the Netherlands. Was in an unfortunately toxic relationship. What brought me here. And then I had to become a tour guide just as a means to survive. And my idea was not to create my own business at all. I was looking for another finance job. I was looking for any stable job, and then all of a sudden,
9 to 5.
9 to 5. I was looking for it here. Well, 9 to 4 in the Netherlands. But yeah, I was looking for that here. And it's funny because then I started doing tours, and that grew. And then I started being a DJ, and that grew. And then I think it was a couple months ago where I was standing next to, you know, I used to see all the, in the Netherlands, everyone wears the same clothing. So those business guys, they all have the same blue suit.
Yeah.
They all wear the same blue suit, right? Everyone, it's not black, it's not white, it's the same blue suit, and they're going to work and they have brown shoes.
Yeah.
They all wear the exact same thing, right? When I first moved here, I wanted so desperately to be them. I wanted so bad to be them. And now, so I'm wearing like my black t-shirt, I have green hair, and I'm wearing like these pants that I bought from England that are a rip-off of the pants, right? But I just looked at him, I was like, I think I make more money than you. I didn't say it to him, but I said it in my head. I just thought it was so funny. I was like, all this time I've been told there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Find out I have ADHD. Some of you at home maybe have these diagnoses, but I have ADHD. I have histrionic disorder. I have depression, anxiety, and it all came from a lot of trauma that I'm still working through and getting over. I went to therapy, luckily because in the Netherlands we have healthcare. So I went through therapy in Dutch for 5 years.
Oh yeah, then you need another topic.
You were learning about what you
Man,
meant.
when there's a microphone here, I catches everything. No, but I went to therapy, and then I read a whole bunch of books like the one I'm going to show you today, and then I was like, if I could just show this to 20-year-old Eric, 27-year-old Eric, to you guys who are so young, you'll be where I am in 2 months. That's the idea. You could be making six figures in 2 months, and then take it even further than me. That's the idea. So that is who I am, and that is why we're doing this course. Any
Interesting. No.
Cool. All right, let's jump into it. With the first thing we're going to do is mindfulness. Everyone, close your laptop.
Sorry?
Close your laptop. Oh, you don't have to. Close your book.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have some water real quick. This is my first drink of water. Real quick. Before you approach anything, we always do mindfulness. I learned this from my therapist, and this is a good tactic for whenever you're about to start any day or any activity, especially when you're about to do work, because you need to calm the brain and center yourself. So whenever you close your eyes, sit with your back straight, feet firmly planted on the floor, hands firmly planted on your knees. And I want you to take one very deep breath in. Inhale, fill your lungs, and then push it out. Exhale. We'll do it one more time. I don't hear you. I want to hear you go inhale. And then I want everyone to exhale. You should be doing this at home. One more time. I want you guys to inhale, fully expand your lungs. And then slowly push it out of your mouth. Good job. Now we're going to do one more thing. I want you to inhale and count to 4 in your head. So we're going to inhale. And I want you to hold the breath. And then I want you to squeeze out very slowly. So we're going to inhale in 4, hold for a 4 count, and then exhale. So we're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4. Good. Open your eyes. Feel like you're on a different planet, right? So that is your brain. Now it's activated.
Oh,
Now we're going to do one last thing. We're going to play a game. So this game is going to get your brain ready to make neural connections, so you guys will be able to think faster. Okay. This is really what I do with myself every day.
that's very good.
This is also really good to get rid of any anxiety that you have. Little key tip that I learned from my therapist, Duercha. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about her, but her husband's really famous. Anyway,
Just using an alias.
I know. No, I can say her name, Duercha. I'm just not allowed to say her name. Then her husband's name, but I'll tell you guys because it's really famous in the Netherlands. But she told me that your body and your mind cannot feel at the same time. So when you feel anxiety, most likely a scenario you're making in your brain. To get rid of it, you got to come back into your body. Come back to your body. How? Breathe. Hold the breath. Go work out. Go for a run. You come back in your body. You won't feel the anxiety or the depression anymore. Remember that.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get your neuropassageways working. Okay. So we're going to do music categories. I'm going to say the name of a band. You have to think of the last letter of the name of that band and think of a new band or artist or DJ or whatever, anything music. I know. I'm going to do this for like 30 seconds. It's going to make you start thinking. So we're going to do an example. I always start with Adele. Very easy. What is the last letter of Adele?
E.
So now you have to think of a band or a DJ or an artist or musician, anything with the letter E.
Oh wow.
I need to listen music back again.
Think about Erica Badu,
Erykah
the
Badu,
Eurythmics, anyone that you know from
Eurovision.
Morocco, Italy, Egypt, anyone, anything.
Eurovision.
Yes, Eurovision. You guys know artists: Mariah Carey, the Rolling Stones,
Yeah,
right?
Mariah
Remember
Carey,
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but E.
Yeah,
Eminem.
Eminem. You get
yeah.
it? You have so okay, guys. So that's the point. You have to think.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
do
yeah,
not
true.
be worried. Don't
Activate
worry that
it.
you're on camera. It's okay, take as long as you take, but you have to think. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So now for a E,
No, let's start with a new letter. You start.
Alicia Keys.
So S and S. So I'll
Yeah.
do Sam Smith.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez.
So wait a minute. I said Sam Smith.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
good. Yeah,
Smith.
yeah,
H.
Is the one that is the
yeah.
ends.
Yeah.
So H. Don't look at me.
Um,
Just take your time.
Um, Hercules and Love Affair.
Yes, good job. So that ends in
Fair.
R.
Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams, good job.
Yeah.
Magnus on the board now. S.
Selena Gomez.
Yes. So now we end in the Z. Ooh, Z. You did.
Zac Efron.
Did he sing? He sang. That counts. Zac
Yeah.
Efron counts. Okay.
Yeah.
N.
Yeah.
Nancy Sinatra. These boots are made for walking. So ends with an A. Easy.
Adele.
Ali.
I already said Adele. You can't do the same one.
Oh,
Can't do Alicia Keys either. Another A. Think about your spot.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande, yeah.
E.
You can.
Enya.
And then it's ends in A.
A. So easy
Enya.
again. A.
Oh, why is it different? It's so difficult.
It's different. Well, I need
Now you have
to.
to think. That's okay. Just think. Think about
Amanda
me.
Lapoor. I don't know.
Amanda Lepore. She came up with the
Yeah.
song that works. Alana Lepore. Ends with an E. E.
Okay. Thank you.
E.
Edith Piaf.
Edith Piaf. John is getting very good at this. Ends in an
Yeah.
F.
Yeah,
So Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Easy.
Try.
Ends in an A. You guys know Arabic music, right?
are you kidding? I don't.
You don't listen to Arabic
And I
music?
don't know the names for sure.
No, my God. You know Asala?
And we can say different
Who?
alphabets.
Asala? Or Nancy Azram?
Yeah, Nancy. Yeah.
Yeah.
A. Nancy Azram.
No,
You can
and
use the A. Her
A.
last name. Yeah, her last name.
Oh.
We'll make it easy. We'll make it easier.
ah,
Okay.
Ashram.
Azram.
With
So
the
now
M.
ends with an M.
M.
Mariah
Mar-
Carey.
Ah, good job.
Madonna. Or,
Yeah.
Okay. Use only one. Only one. So let's do
Mariah
Madonna.
Carey.
It's
Let's do
easier.
Madonna.
So A again.
A.
That's a Mariah Carey. Then.
Yeah. Because it ends with a Y, and I'm like, why?
Yeah. Why?
I know a Y, but it's hard.
Um.
Oh, so A again. I'll do Adam Lambert. I love Adam Lambert.
Or,
R.
T. Lambert.
T.
And
T.
T-Pain.
Lambert.
T-Pain. Good job. Another E.
E.
no.
T-Pain.
Pain.
Yeah.
E.
M. Oh, Emma Bunton from the Spice Girls.
Oh, yeah,
Emma
yeah.
Bunton. Baby Spice. Baby Spice.
And then it ends in the N.
N. Nat King Cole, the Christmas song.
No. Okay.
Ends in an E. Come on, Magda, you get the last one. E. No pressure, but you have to feel a little pressure now.
Oh well, yeah.
Back to E.
I think we can make it with countries. It will be.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, do
exactly.
E country.
E country. Country or cities.
The one that you're from.
Yeah,
Egypt.
I'm like, where I come from?
Where it come
We even
from?
made the. We even
The
switched
big
it.
free highway.
Like the one you're from. You're like Egypt. Like yes, honey,
It's like-
Egypt.
Wait,
Where I
country.
come from?
Give me another E country.
E country. Eritrea.
Eritrea, even a
Yeah.
difficult one at that.
Wow.
John, give me
England.
give me an A country.
Australia.
Good job. Give me an A country, Mazin.
I don't know.
And then a country that begins with the letter A. Think about the EU. That begins with letter A.
Algerijn.
What?
Okay, but you can say Algeria.
Algeria.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking more Austria.
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
thinking more Andorra.
Andorra works
Andorra.
too.
Wow.
Andorra. Okay,
Yeah.
so you
So,
guys, I know
Okay.
it's hard, right? That was your
yeah,
first
it's just
time
like,
doing it, so give
yeah,
yourself a round of
Yeah.
applause.
Good
Positive
so.
reinforcement.
Good so.
So
it's interesting because you don't put your mind on thinking of music right now and
Exactly.
or country. Now I'm in the mood to travel. By the way, to and I'm motivated to make money. Let's do it.
That's the idea. Let me also
Yeah.
double check that would be hilarious if I wasn't recording. Yes, we are
Yeah.
recording. I'm
Curious.
super OCD,
Yeah.
so I always have to triple check everything and then I'm okay with it. But the idea is neuroplasticity. So your brain is always
Yeah.
learning, always growing, and you have these little connections that your brain makes, neuropathways. So a lot of times our patterns, the things that we do in our life, they follow the same neural pathways. So there's literally a racetrack in your head that is follow the man that's you running on it and running the same course every time because this keeps your brain safe. So now I have to switch it up, challenge your brain, think of new ways to associate things. The more you do that, it helps you with anxiety, it helps you with depression if you have trouble falling asleep. You do that. And it's also a good tactic for when you're about to do a class or work because now you're able to focus. Yeah, so now you can open your laptop. Thank you for doing that. I hope everyone at home enjoyed that activity too. I also use that, believe it or not, for like parties. It's really
That's
Yeah, it's
weird.
very
nice.
good.
Yeah.
If people are weird at parties, I'm like, all right, let's just play a game. And I don't know, it just helps all people come together because you need to be a team.
Now I need to
So
do some more music too.
if you guys want to, you can. You guys know my company, Orange Umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I talked a little bit about it before I started it. 2013. That's 12 years ago from now, right? Started. Wow. I started 12 years ago, and it was just supposed to be a tour company. It was just supposed to be a way for me to make money because I just was going to raise enough money to get back home. Actually, I was going to do it in Florida.
Oh.
You wanted to go back?
I wanted to go back to Florida, and then when I lived here, I started learning how to run my business from my business and from making mistakes. And I made a lot, and I still do. And you guys have to be kind of open to making mistakes. So if you want to have a quick look, I know you don't have a limousine. Will you share with her, and you guys at home can have a look? I'll show you that I do have a website, and I'll put it in the comments for those watching at home. But it's orangeumbrella.com.
Orange?
So orange spelled the Dutch way, umbrella, UMBRELLA.com.
If it works.
Are you on my Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Orange umbrella
Just my
tours.
Oh, might have
Oh. I never seen you. Oh wow, what the hell?
our house is also haunted. It's been here since 1775. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Things have been happening. I heard last night banging in the house. I texted my roommates. No one was home. I heard like a hand.
Nice.
No.
We have
Yeah,
some
the light fell out there just randomly. I don't know how because it's screwed in. I've had things like explode.
Oh,
But it
but
does happen.
it's happened often, especially in this
Especially this area.
I
this
had
houses
like
or
a
offices.
I had like a very crazy experience in one of the council houses here. You know, there was a sleeping over,
Yeah.
and I literally
Yeah.
saw two people right next to me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I believe it.
No, but
No,
it's okay.
I have to edit this out. Sorry, but that is Amsterdam living. I'll do a
Yeah,
video about
it's
that
true.
too.
We
I have a
live
lot of
across
video
the
on
street.
here. So if you guys can see my website, the
Yeah.
first thing you need to do, and I'm not even really going to use my website as a prime example, but for you guys and for you at home who probably don't have a website, this is a good example. You need to have a website. The first thing that everyone does is they will Google you and they will look for your website and see if you have reviews. So if you look at my website, I tried to make it, I'm going to be honest, I tried to copy off of Apple as much as possible.
Apple?
Apple. I just wanted to, I said, what website do I like? I like Apple, and obviously, I just like there to be movement on my website. So it's always moving. People can see that we're a fun company, and I put my reviews right next door. Now, there are 1,174 tours in Amsterdam alone.
Wow.
Does anyone see what my number is?
Um.
My ranking?
Oh, 88? Or
No.
how is? Oh no, that's the amount.
I wish.
That is
It's
amount.
209.
Oh, what is it?
It's on the first page of Orange Umbrella. It's the you don't. I don't want you to scroll yet. It's at the top. It says it right there.
Oh
So
yeah.
now I used to be like number 100, and that was when the company was doing a lot better. But 200 out of like I'm in at least top 20%, 20, 30%, I think.
Oh, wow.
for tours here, and that took me 12 years to do. And
209. That's right.
it's not bad. It's not great because what do we want to be? Number one.
But it's still very good.
But it's
Yeah.
not bad, right? And that came over 12 years of reviews and talking to people. I calculated it somewhere around 25,000 people over the course of my tours
Well,
in 12 years. I've had thousands of people per year, and luckily I've had other guys work for me. Now I'm doing the majority of the tours by myself because I'm rebranding the company, restructuring everything. But if you guys have a look, there's a website. It says, things to do. So that's content for the website, return policies, so when people want refunds,
Yeah.
things about me, the actual tours you can book the tour immediately, free ebooks. So this is just an example of what your website should look like. It should have information about you, what your product shows, things like that.
People can go directly and then
Exactly.
can have a look around.
Exactly for themselves, and they will.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
will.
True.
I've had it so much to the point where people have looked me up and showed up at my house. They looked at my business license
Oh, wow.
and they wanted to buy tickets and they thought this was an office. And I'm like, no,
That is your house.
it's a registered address.
So you put it more clear.
Yeah, but people still show up. It's really,
True.
funny. It's one of the reasons why I'm so nervous for where I live because I've had so many people to show up, and you have to be very careful. So for you and for you at home, make sure your address is private. Here in the Netherlands, we're not allowed to do that. I think it's hilarious unless I actually rent an office because I'm a registered business.
oh yeah.
When you're registered with the KVK, which is the Commerce
Yeah.
and Koophandel, which is the Chamber of Commerce here in the
Because you're the
Netherlands.
business. Yeah.
Because I'm the business, I have to register my address as my office, which is here. So just be very careful with that if you guys
But on
have
your
to do that.
website, you can put only just reservation online.
Yeah, it says it on the website. Buy tickets
but of course they
online,
don't know-
but
yeah,
people
true.
people are trying not to say that
There's
word, but
still a lot
people
of people
are.
that like to go directly to the place
Mhm.
and try to get things physically.
Yeah.
So a lot of people still do that.
So that is something that is. I'm going to use that as why I start that as number one. Talking about that is because it is creepy having people showing up to your house
No,
asking for a tour, and you have to make sure that it's separate, that you have a separate business address and you have a separate phone as well, because I get phone calls 24 hours a day from all around the world. Now, 20-year-old Eric would have loved that and thought that's so cool. And Eric, you really made it. And no, motherfucker, please do not call. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here,
Yeah, but
and people are calling from the United States because they don't really get time. Or they think that we have multiple offices. So make yourself look like a big corporate office and
Yeah.
conglomerate. And I do have people that work for me, but this is my office.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the headquarters. That's the first thing, because that's for your own personal safety. I always talk about that first because I've had some wild stories happen there. Now, I did that first part just to establish who I am and let you know kind of the idea behind what we are doing here, and to show you that I am an actual legitimate company. I've been doing it for a long time. I know what I'm doing. And now we're going to talk about you, because this class is for you and you guys at home. So I'm going to teach you the one thing I learned in university, the SWOT analysis. Have you ever heard of the SWOT analysis? Good. Get out your pens and pieces of paper. You guys at home, do this. And I already did it because I am OCD and absolutely insane.
SWOT analysis.
Yes, SWOT. SWOT.
Oh, OT.
OT. Yeah. SWOT.
SWOT.
Mhm.
SWOT.
So that stands for something. That stands for your strengths, your weaknesses,
Okay. Okay.
So everyone at home, SWOT analysis. Write this on a piece of paper and make a column. SWOT. S stands for strength. W stands for weakness. WEAKNESS. O is for opportunity. T for threat.
Threat.
So threat, things that can hurt you, things that are bad, problems, threats.
TREATS.
THREATS. THREATS. A like apple, T
Okay.
like Thomas, Samuel. Threats.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
So threats. You know threat in English, right?
yeah.
You know threat in English, right? I think you speak
Yeah, yeah,
17 languages. Thank you.
I just want to make it clear, all the languages I learned, I was not in the school.
I know.
It's a
Got
straight
it.
way.
Four of
Same,
mine
yeah.
are also not. But now it's time to get it on paper because
Yeah.
now you're going to be working all your languages. All the languages.
yeah,
I speak 5 languages, and I can speak 17, but I speak 5.
I don't have all this. It's
I'm sorry, 9. At least 9 can speak your Berber language, don't you?
Huh?
You speak your Berber language.
No, Berber.
You don't speak Berber, you speak
But
Arabic,
Moroccan,
Egyptian, Italian, Dutch,
the Dutch,
English,
Wow.
English,
Spanish.
Spanish. I need to improve, but yeah.
Going
I
Yeah,
know,
okay.
I know.
So we're gonna. So that is good. That is what makes your business you, and what makes your
Yeah.
business, any just 10 times more special than an average business. You can connect and talk to people from these countries. So I
Which
hope you
is
write that
huge.
down as your strength. So what are your strengths? And take.
Mm.
I'm going to set a timer.
So we have to write what's our strength.
Yes. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? And your threats.
I have to put one for each or more.
Write as much as you can. I would like 5.
Then I have a lot of strengths.
I bet
Go
you
and
do. So 5. Now that I know you have a lot of strengths, I'm curious if you know all your weaknesses.
I do know exactly what I
You know?
think.
Take your time, right? And everybody at home, take a couple minutes. Write down what are 5 strengths, what are 5 weaknesses, what are 5 opportunities, so things that you can improve, or things that need to be improved that you can think of, and what are the threats? What are the things that can stop all of that?
Only 5?
Um, yeah, let's just do 5.
Yeah,
Just-
true.
If you want to do more at home in your free time, definitely can. And I'll explain a little bit more about this too. Take your time. Just right. Give you guys another 3 minutes.
An opportunity.
Opportunities for growth.
How
Opportunities
things to learn.
Mhm. What can change? How do you think you can make your weaknesses basically go away?
Oh my god. By any chance, do you have an adapter from American to
Yes, I do. Believe it or not. This is why OCD comes in.
I only had one.
It's like what?
Makes you scared to go on. What can make you stop? This is hard.
I know, you have to think.
Yeah,
And do not say that it's hard. Just say
it's a challenge.
this is different.
Yeah.
It's not challenging to think of what you're strong at. It's not challenging to think about what you're weak at. You know where you go, I fucked up again.
You can sit here.
Yeah, you guys might have to switch.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, the power cable's
okay.
here.
I think the cable can go there.
Yeah?
There now.
Underneath the table?
Yeah.
Yeah. It will actually, it will.
Yeah.
If anyone out there knows how to edit videos for me so I can edit this part out, that'd be really
I'm
helpful.
so
Thank you.
sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay. I figured it's gonna happen, but you guys have 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes. Take your time. It's not a race. Remember, you're supposed to do this for yourself. This is for you.
opportunity will be what will be like opportunity for you?
What will be an opportunity for me?
Yeah, like
This
for
course,
example.
learning,
Okay,
travel,
that works for me also.
apprenticeship,
That works for me
online
also.
course to learn how to be better with time management, or an online course to be better, wherever your weakness is. Um, Personal development classes or self improvement, help get a mentor.
And traits? Also, can you give me some
Threats.
example about
What
traits?
is something that could pull you back into your weakness in your dark place? What is something that will destroy you?
I don't have nothing then.
Oh, everyone has something. Think hard. Okay, so I think time is up. Let's have a look. And who would like to start? What is one strength that you have?
Being happy, making new connections.
Good.
My strength is my mentality and the cultural difference, good energy.
Okay. John.
My open mind, humbleness, curiosity, mindfulness, and I'm a thoughtful, very thoughtful person.
Thoughtful how?
That I put myself in the shoes of another one, and that I can, yeah, empathetic, yeah.
Empathy. It's very important to have. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And I'll do mine as well. My strength, I said positive outlook. I'm authentic. I'm really honest. I will tell you if I don't like something or if I like it. And if I don't, I think I'm gonna have like especially that hair soda. Like I think I'm gonna have like a brain on fire or something. Like I have to. I love that I said that in three of the languages, not English, but my brain will explode.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't like it. I'm very clear about that. So that's very helpful for business. I'm open to correction, criticism too. Like you can tell me, oh, this sucks. Your house is dirty. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. Usually, depends. It depends. What are your weaknesses? Let's be open and honest with each other. I hope at home you're very open and honest with yourself. What are your weaknesses?
New challenges and holding on to one thing.
Holding on to one thing, meaning what?
Like if I'm doing good, then I need to hold on to that, but I don't know, it's hard for me.
So when you're doing good at something, you want to hold on to it, like you don't want anything to change.
Because I know it's good for me, but at some point I'm just letting it go because I know it's good for me.
Ah,
It's different.
so self-fulfilling prophecy, what that's called, believe it or not. So you know it's good for you, but you don't want it, so you let it go.
Yeah.
Because especially it's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mess
Because
it up,
I know
right?
it's good for me.
Yeah, we did that in a relationship. So. That's the next video. But okay, that's good that you know that. Do you want to share?
Oh, I have many weaknesses.
Well, share, please.
Lazy. The laziness takes me so down. The discipline, just connected to that. The personal confidence, personal confidence. And it's getting really difficult sometimes to connect my emotion or my feeling, or, for example, say direct when it's my personal thing. So if I have something wrong in a relationship, I'm not open to say it. I'm just holding it. I keep it there and just try to go. Like I don't give the right value on it sometimes. So
But at some point you explode and
then I explode really.
Yeah,
then they hear me. Yeah, it was wrong because then last drops. It was really last drops of my like. I have to arrive really to the limits,
Mm-hmm.
which is really hurts me. And then I do things that I should not do. Luckily, nothing that I can go prison with. But that's how I start to go to a therapist that time. Yeah,
Good. I'm happy you went to therapy, not prison.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
Choices,
temporary.
right?
Yeah. It's a torture. So yeah, this is my weaknesses.
Very, very honest opinion of yourself. Good job.
Oh,
Very
my
hard to
God.
be honest with yourself. I'm really proud
Oh,
of
I
you.
love it. Yeah.
Yes.
My weakness will be that I cannot be very organized. So I don't have any structure,
Yeah.
and when I try to create a structure, my anxiety comes along,
Yeah.
and that makes me actually like very time consuming.
Yeah.
So I
The
think a lot
discipline.
about
Yeah.
that. So it's mostly discipline. Also, scheduling is quite difficult for me. Now that I'm here in this country, I've been learning how to do it, like taking the time and do stuff like that. Financially structure.
Yeah.
In my way is that uh, what I used to do before is like all the money that I have I always spend it right away. But when it comes to savings, it's something that I've been learning and that thank God it's been getting better now. But it's one of my weakness
Yeah, I have a problem like
and
that too.
my anxiety. Yeah, and so difficult to focus on one thing. So that's why I try, for example, when it comes to exercise, exercise becomes one part of my structure that
Wait, don't go
helps
into
me.
it. Don't go
Yeah.
into it. Don't go into your weaknesses. I get it. I get it. Wait a minute. Don't make this course. Now he's becoming the course teacher. Like, no, wait. I have that.
That's
I'm going to talk about that.
no, to the point.
Okay.
But I know it's hard for you to focus. I gotta use exercise. Good. Stop. Don't.
Sorry.
It's like
Sorry.
3 chunks of my notes down there. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for just for sharing. Thank you.
Can
And
you
then-
string your weakness?
Is there anything else you want to share? Any other weaknesses?
And my weakness will be my anxiety.
Yeah.
That was something that I can have to work on.
Same. So for my weaknesses, number one for me was alcohol. I put alcohol as number
Oh
one.
yeah.
Is that would you say number one is your weakness too? Alcohol.
Drugs.
No.
Drugs.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
we're in Amsterdam.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's the only way
Yeah.
that could be like fine.
I know. Alcohol.
But it's not weak.
No, but it is a weakness. For me, it's a weakness, and the reason why is because of the hangovers, the
Yeah.
lost productivity, the lost time, the fact that alcohol kills brain cells. It literally kills the
Absolutely.
neurotransmitters in your brain that help make neural connections for you to have good ideas and thoughts and happy thoughts, and then move forward and advance.
Oh, that is food.
It is so annoying, but I hate it. I 80% hate it, but I 20% love alcohol because you just give me a bottle of champagne and I'm happy for the rest of the night. So that's my number one weakness is alcohol. Number two, I'm lazy as well. I love sleep.
Yeah.
Love,
Yeah.
love sleep. I
A
love.
little siesta.
La siesta,
Bed rotting.
la medianoche, el mediodía, media todo cuando quiero. Yeah, exactly.
Amen.
Like, you know, I love it. I love sleep. I think that when I sleep, the world is perfect.
Yeah.
It is.
I have also number three. I'm always late. I'm very bad at timing. Usually, I am ready to go an hour before, but I lose something, and I'm looking for my keys.
ADHD,
I have
right?
ADHD,
Yeah.
but I have OCD, which is funny because I know where
Everything.
99% of everything is. Like when you wanted the plug, I was like, oh, it's right there. I know exactly where it is. I put that there like 3 months ago, but I just knew it. I just knew it was there. Ask me where my keys are right now.
Oh,
Where are you keys?
No, they could be in any. They could be in the fridge,
wow, that's
Yeah.
a good place.
Washing machine.
washing machine, the
The
dryer.
Champagne must be
In the
really
pants.
good
It is good. I only drink good champagne. They usually in my pants, but they go other places under my pillow. I multitask. I am a multitasker. I will do 3 things at once, and I'm trying really hard not to. But when I work out here at home, I'm not just working out. I'm working out. I'm cleaning the kitchen, and I'm doing a blog at the same time.
Yeah.
And while I feel really good doing that, and I think I can handle that, you're supposed to do one task at a time. And if you are overwhelmed with tasks, you outsource it. You give it to someone else to do. You can literally do that online. There are people online that you can pay pennies a day to do little tasks
Oh,
for
really?
you. And then the last one is I have poor financial management. I am the same way. If I get money in, and I can get money in, I get money in, but then it
Sure.
goes out
Yeah.
immediately. I am in some debt, and I'm working on it, but I know exactly what to do, and I'm going to try to teach you what to do with debt too. So this is the weaknesses. Now, what are the What are the opportunities? How do we improve?
Not making the same mistakes.
Not making the same mistakes. What would that? How would you not make the same mistakes? What's one way to do that?
Not falling into bad habits.
Right. So, would you write down for me? Make a new routine.
Opportunity, right?
Make a new routine. So, gewoon een nieuw schema volgen. Ja, het Nederlands. Ken ik ook trouwens het Nederlands doen. Dan kan je net van jou
That's so huge.
en ik ja ser un horario
Una
nuevo.
rutina.
I don't know how to say it in any language.
No, don't worry, don't worry.
New routine. What do you have?
For opportunity, I'm a believer. I trust my process. So even mistake is for me is the process to arrive where I need to arrive. And I always open to learn.
Learning.
Yeah,
Very
things in the
good.
life. So
Very good.
I really see. I don't see mistake as it sounds. I really see as, oh, here new lessons. Do your homework and go further.
Yeah.
I'm happy,
I
man.
really, I love challenging. For example, I'm a therapist, and if I hurt myself, I'm happy
Yeah.
that I know how, or I go to learn how to help myself.
Yeah.
So then this is how I keep
I'm really, really
updating
happy you
myself.
said that.
So for
That
me,
is very important for everyone at home.
unlucky.
It is never a failure. It is always a
A
lesson
lesson.
learned.
yeah, especially when
And we are learning every day. You need to be
There's no
learning
way to
every
change
day,
it.
all day. That's what we're doing.
if you cannot hate it, you're loving it. Masochist.
Exactly. Then become a
So,
masochist. No,
yeah,
but that's true.
yeah.
Oh, you guys are doing very well. So that is in a book that I'm reading right now that I'm not going to talk about in a minute, but it's called The 4 Hour Work Week.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. The author literally says in the 4 Hour Work Week, for this book, 4 Hour Work Week, that people that are doing things they don't enjoy, that means that you're a masochist. That is like the BDSM people that like it. In those
That you're what, man?
masochist. Masochist. Ja,
You
ik
like,
denk het gewoon hetzelfde in het Nederlands. Gewoon
Nederlands.
masochisme.
you know the people like
Never
to
heard of
pay
it.
somebody to get
Unless he's a
hurt.
good boy.
Oh, to get
Masochist.
Okay, maar bomen dat je
Nederlands.
Yeah.
But the most things it's you like the pain because they relief.
Ja, het is gewoon masochist in het
Yeah,
Nederlands.
masochist.
Masochist. Ja,
Never
dat
heard
persoon.
about it.
It's
So,
possible that he
Yeah, so it's the person that likes being beaten.
Yeah.
You ever
They
been to
really-
Berlin?
Yeah.
You know the kind of clubs there?
Yeah.
You know the kind of things they
Yeah.
do?
Let's say that you are in a bad relationship and you know that it's bad, but you stick there.
yeah, you
It's
And
a
you just-
masochist.
It's
Okay.
masochistic. So you're masochistic when you like pain.
Yeah.
You like suffering. You get
it's
it?
like when
Okay,
you do
yeah.
sport. Let's say in a healthy way because
Mhm.
masochism it does it. Everything can be negative or positive of the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking somebody to squeeze my balls, any balls or something. But yeah, but this is also masochism.
We're gonna keep
But
this 18
there is also
rated.
like a good pain of muscles release, of good pain of
You get joy
sport.
out of it.
So there's a good pain that you know that you're building yourself. You're making
Yeah.
stronger mentally. It's like a cold shower. You know, it's something really good relief for you.
Okay.
But of course, you don't find the pain if it's
Well, for masochism, it's mostly sexual.
Yeah.
It's not really like going to the
it's not
gym.
as a pleasure.
I
and
know,
the
it's a pleasure,
has
but it's
to be
it's usually it's also it can be anything pleasurable.
yeah.
It is okay. It's pleasurable. It's
This is a
pleasurable.
very
It's a-
Amsterdam
it's a- yeah.
entrepreneur class. Very Amsterdam.
Let's say for me, let's
I didn't
sexual,
think that an
but more like
entrepreneurial class would go into masochism.
Accidentally.
So of course, because we're in Amsterdam, yeah, we had to go into masochism. So that's masochism.
Okay.
Bless
Yeah,
you.
I'm
I'm happy that you were the one that knew all the information. Thank you, Magda, in 17 languages about masochism. And she's a therapist. If anybody wants to go to Magda, I will put
Let's
also her
face it.
therapy information in the comments. Strong hands. But yes, that is masochism. And we don't want to be a masochist. We don't want to enjoy pain. We want to enjoy pleasure, not the pleasure of pain. John, please move us forward. Do you have some opportunities that are not so Amsterdam?
my weaknesses.
Good.
I have something to add, John.
I am not editing that out at all. Okay, John.
Okay. Also the same as you guys. Daily life structure. So it's more like yeah, how do you say, like
Routine.
a routine? Yeah,
Yeah.
learning new languages, which right now with Dutch, trying as much as possible, and art. Since I'm an artist and I move it like from the side, but I like to work with my hands.
It's a perfect match for what I feel. Yeah, we both love to work in our head. Damn, this is a good course. I advise you. Worst case, you still have something to go out with. It helps you in life. Uh, yeah,
um,
I'm
you
learning
know
so
what I
much.
mean.
It's so cool.
I'm happy you guys are good with your
Like
Also,
hands.
I'm ready
also,
for a
art.
relationship. It's like,
Art. Art is also
yeah,
there. Art.
yeah,
Art.
yeah.
I wrote the same thing, but I want to improve myself as well. So I try to read as many books as possible. I think I try to read at least one book. And I'm going to be honest, I do not have a lot of focus to read a book. So you could read a summary as well. So 30% of the books I read have been summaries online. You can literally ask ChatGPT to be like, hey, summarize this book for me, and it'll
Oh
summarize it for
wow.
you
Oh,
perfectly well. In a way that,
oh,
because it's your ChatGPT, it'll do it in a language that you understand. So please look at ChatGPT to do that. But I'm going to give you the books as well to improve. But gym, working out has helped me immensely, and sticking to any fitness routine
Yeah.
actually helps your mind work, and
yeah.
also helps you stick to routine. And that helps you keep doing the same steps. You repeat the same little steps going in one direction towards your goal, and then you make it. Mindfulness, the mindfulness I taught you guys is how to calm yourself and bring yourself back onto the planet Earth, out of your brain into your body so that you can function better. And then, yeah, I also put art. I'm also an
Oh,
artist. And if I
nice.
am not writing a song or DJing or creating, I go mad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
go insane.
Yeah.
And the only person that's really recognized that were my.
Oh, wow.
But they'll just be like, Eric, you didn't. Like if I don't sing, if I'm not singing, if I'm not doing something, if I'm not playing my violin or my viola, I go crazy.
Express yourself
I have
that
to
way.
express
Yeah,
myself
that's
or
good.
dance, go to the club and dance, which is why the years is also part of my weakness.
Yeah.
And then let's have fun. What are the things that can destroy that? Threats. What are the things that can destroy all of those things you need to be aware of?
Hmm.
You want me to start? My first
Yeah.
one, scariest one, death.
Oh
So
wow.
for me, it's not. I don't care if I die, but if anyone in my family dies or my friends die, like I had two friends die last month,
Oh,
it's
Oh,
just
sorry.
it completely destroys me. I am not good with death. And I also put boys. Boys distract me.
But what?
Boys,
Boys.
like Britney Spears says, sometimes a girl just needs one.
Like sex.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
you
threat.
guys have
It'll especially because then the breakup
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
throws me completely off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
have a perfect plan. I had a plan. Then I went through the breakup, and I for like a year I was dead inside.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I
wow.
just think if I didn't have that relationship, how much further would I be? But I need that relationship. I'm just the person
Process
that I am.
emotions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's annoying.
Yeah.
You.
yeah, falling into bad habits again.
Mhm.
That's like a threat to me.
Is there anything that ever pushes you into those bad habits? Is there anything? I want you to really think deeply. And also for you at home, yeah, okay, falling back into bad habits. What gets you back into those bad habits? Why?
I think partying,
Partying.
partying,
Yeah.
drugs,
Yeah.
drinking, not so much. It's mostly the drugs part.
Mhm.
Because then I build something up, like
you
being
distract.
positive and everything.
Mhm.
And then when I'm doing that again, it's like falling down,
Yeah.
staying in bed for a week, and
Mhm.
just not being positive.
Exactly. And it slows down your
Became a
progression.
distraction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I hate drugs too. Very nice.
For me, drugs make it opposite. I'm already
Yeah.
in that mood, and when I use it, it reconnects me. But I don't know which drugs you guys talk about.
But that's
Like
good.
mushrooms.
Well,
Sometimes.
okay, no,
yeah,
but we're talking
Yeah.
about threats. What are
Yeah.
your threats?
That's
Not
why.
drugs. What are your threats?
No, me
And what she
personally.
was talking about for the kids at home were mushrooms or truffles,
Candy.
which here
Yeah.
are decriminalized.
Yeah.
That way we can use them. And then also they're not as strong, and she does them therapeutically. That is what we're talking about when we talk about drugs.
Yeah,
For the
I use it
international
as
audience,
yeah.
For the
know that.
international audience,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not talking about cocaine or heroin
No,
or any
no,
of
no,
those
no,
things.
no.
We're talking about therapeutic small dosages
Yeah.
of
I am
psychedelic.
talking about
Microdose. And,
Yeah.
Wait.
He was talking about other
Yeah.
things, but that's he's talking about is the threats. So
Yeah,
I
I
want
use the other things as
right.
a
I want to
therapy.
talk about that. So what are your threats?
My threat it's emotions.
Emotions.
Wow.
Good
Yeah,
job.
it's directly emotions. So sometimes I'm processing that now. I learned how to face it, but it can put me really like I only know that I need some space to breathe.
Yeah.
It can take few days instead of before making months or years of the pressure. Now I'm like really strict. Hey, this has been and this has come when I have many distractions and I forget about myself. Then I forget how to eat good. So then I start to eat bad and then I feel again. So as bad habits with the
Falling
drinking or
into bad
something, you
habits,
try
yeah.
to disconnect your emotions. So my treats is only facing it.
Right.
And once I face it, it might really, but
But
it's
that's
fine. I
emotions
accept
are
it.
a
Yeah,
threat.
as we're
Yeah.
not a robot, I
Yeah.
totally love it because I'm a masochist again.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a
Any other
family.
threats?
I didn't place anything because I couldn't think about it right away. But now that you guys said it, I'm thinking it will be mostly like alcohol could be a very good threat, especially here. It's a huge thing for the international audience. Like people here drink a lot of alcohol,
Yeah.
so that actually affects my daily life structure, like my gym. And if I don't go to the gym, or if I don't at least go outside and have a walk or something like that, I don't feel happy for the rest of the day. So I become like really how do you say when you don't do things, lazy
Yeah,
and
Depressed.
sorry,
Depressed.
not
Um,
depressed because I'm not that I'm not
It's low
sad,
energy, so it's
very
like
low
yeah,
energy that I don't have the energy
it's
to
like
even
block,
do like
stuck.
Mhm.
exactly. I
Oh,
feel
like a
like
freeze. I understand.
Yeah.
my mindfulness is
It's
completely
slow and yeah.
slower and yeah. So yeah, I think alcohol is a huge problem.
To make you
But
exhausted.
yeah, and actually like for if I go outside and I drink a lot and I get so wasted,
Yeah.
then at the next day I'm feel like, oh wait, why did I do this?
Yeah.
I'm excited, I feel guilty about it,
Yeah.
but thank God I'm not doing it as much as I used to do it
Yeah.
before. So
Mhm.
I'm
Good
getting
job.
there.
But
So that's pretty much the idea. This SWOT analysis, and I hope you guys did it at home too. So the SWOT analysis, the idea is to get a good overview of who you are as a person. So you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, your opportunities and threats. What can all change that? So now you have to turn that into a business.
Oh wow.
That's how you do it.
that's your business.
That's how you turn it into a business. And for some of the things that you guys said, if you don't mind if I touch on it, emotions, I know how to deal with that when it gets in the way of your work. Drugs, I know how to get in the way of that when it gets in the way of your work. And functional freeze, I know how to get in the way of that. Do you know the reason behind all? And for me, like I said, boys, anxiety, alcohol, depression, and death. You know the reason behind all of these things that stop us. You know why it stops us. I'm going to tell you the number one reason why this is done in psychology. And I studied deeply psychology when I was at university, part of my degree. And the reason why we have all of this is because your brain is trying to protect yourself. Okay. So your brain, this is the next part. Your brain is a weird, weird animal and organ. And I highly encourage everyone that is at home, study the brain. If you ever can look at a TED talk about how the brain works, or one of my favorite people, his name is, let me get the name right. If you've ever seen something called The Secret,
Yeah.
that was a movie that started this whole journey for me to become an entrepreneur and the person that I am. But there's someone named John Asheroff. He was in The Secret, and I highly encourage you to look at any of the podcasts or YouTube videos about what he teaches. He teaches about how the brain works and how it works in tandem, in connection with the universe.
What was his name?
John Asheroff. JOHN
John.
ASSARAF. John Asaraf. I follow him, I study him. He's a positive person that talks about how the brain helps you manifest what you want, but it depends a lot on the input that you put into it. So your brain is a caveman still. Your brain has no idea that it is 2025.
Mm.
And your brain is meant to protect you from anything that could possibly hurt you. Believe it or not, that means new things. That means that the pattern that you've established in your brain, the neural pathways that you guys established in your brain, are wired from your own experience. So everyone's brain obviously works the same way, but we all have very different experiences. So you think automatically you are correct. And I learned from him is that the brain is actually 70% of the time incorrect.
Yeah.
This is the first thing that'll mess with you and mess with you guys at home.
Amazing.
Is the sky blue? Is the sky blue?
For us, it is
Why?
because
We've been
told,
grow up.
right?
Are we told it? No. We're not told the sky is blue. You look at it and it's blue.
In the Nolans is gray. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
Were we told it was? Did someone tell you, hey, the sky, it's not red, it's
That's
blue?
how we learn it as a
Someone
child.
told you, or did you look at it and you said, it's blue?
It's blue.
Also, we also
Yeah,
look at it.
Think about it. No
Oh,
one
wow.
is going to say, hey, I want you to look at the sky that is not red, that is blue. No, we just know it's a fact. The sky is blue, right? And why do we agree with this fact? Listen to me. Why do we agree with this fact? You know what blue looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I know it's a rude question. You know what blue looks like? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, when you look at the sky, does it look blue? Yes? Okay, I'm going to mess with you. The sky's not blue.
Goes to black.
It's not black.
It's the component of the cells that we see all together making a color. So basically, it's black and white.
Incorrect. No. You are seeing the reflection of the ocean off of the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. I totally forgot about
The sky is clear. The earth is clear. However, we are 75% ocean.
Yeah.
You're seeing the reflection of the water in your eyes into the sky.
Because the water in this
Interesting.
area is
And like you
different.
said, dogs, cats, for them, if you tell them, if we were able to communicate with animals and say the sky is blue, the cat would go, no, it's not. What would the cat say? It's gray. Cats cannot, animals do not,
See
animals are
color.
colorblind.
Yeah.
I have to double check that. I actually have to double check
I
that.
think
Are
it's
cats?
only dogs.
I think it's only dogs as well. I don't
Dogs,
think
yeah.
cats are colorblind. I think it's only dogs. So excuse me, I want to double check. Cats can see colors, but they don't see the different shades that we can.
Wow.
They can see blue and yellow, but red and green.
Yeah, because
Up here
the
is
brain
shades
also
of
make it up
gray.
the physical side.
So I'll be honest, I don't know everything, but I know a lot of stuff. So,
Yeah.
the sky is blue is a lie. Crazy. And even the internet. Remember the internet dress? It's blue. It's yellow.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
blue.
And that's what you were thinking about because depending on whatever pigments
It's
are
yellow.
here in your
exactly, yeah,
eyes,
that's
but it's
the image.
blue.
it's
It
both.
was gold, right?
I was able to see both colors.
It's
I
your
only
brain,
see. I
It's
only
how-
see
your
blue.
brain.
yeah.
Oh.
I only see the blue
Do
one.
you know that the
It's the
brain is
brain.
literally just this computer and it's just
Yeah,
feeding
that's
information and
Oh,
it's going,
wow.
okay, and it's telling you in your head, okay, that's blue, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
Any more that when you feel like you are breaking up with someone and your body feels like it's in danger and you
No.
feel that you can't eat and sleep because you are in your fight and flight mode, your brain is going, oh my God, something terrible's happened. You got to get out of here. You're just going through a breakup. No one to go through. Your brain lies to you a lot. I hope you write that down. Write that down. Your brain will lie to you to protect you.
Brain protection.
So
Yeah,
that's
it's trying to
pure
protect you.
anxiety. That also.
Anxiety is a total complete lie. Any anxious thought you have in your brain is a complete lie. Any depressive thought that comes in your brain, it's a complete lie. It's your brain trying to protect you. It's trying to keep you at the same level that you've always been because that's where it's comfortable.
It's survival mode.
It's survivor mode. You're still a caveman. That is the first thing we have to understand as humans. Business and being an entrepreneur is not just about making money. When I was in university, I took a whole bunch of psychology courses and I passed them all with top marks. But you have to think about people. And you have to think about you. And we are talking about a whole bunch of cavemen. We are not these wonderful, sophisticated animals that we think that we are. We're cavemen. I'm a caveman, you are a caveman, we are all cavemen. What are the things that our bodies, our caveman brain should not be used to? We're not used to instant gratification, being able to go online and look at pornography as soon as you want. Your brain is not used to that.
True.
Think about cavemen. They were not able to look at a naked anything all the time and get aroused from it, and that's perfect. It's hairless, abs, waist, whatever. You can find anything that you want whenever you want. You don't have to hunt anymore. We don't have to go out and be physically strong. We're
Yeah, it's
lazy.
true.
Your brain needs physical activity in order to function as a
Correct.
normal machine. These are all going to help with your threats. These are all your opportunities. Learn how the brain works. Your brain, when it tells you the sky is blue, it's lying. When it tells you that you cannot do something, it's lying. When it says that's dangerous, don't do that, it's going to fuck you up. That's the thing you should do.
Yeah, exactly. True.
When your brain says don't do that, don't apply for that job, when your brain says don't go talk to that guy, he's too cute, he's too this, he's too
Do
that,
Some,
do it. That's your
fears.
brain trying to keep you in the same place. And you will stay in the same place because that is how our
Yeah.
brains evolved. That is it. You have to stay safe.
Yeah.
Scary and sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the only people that have ever excelled against that are the ones that didn't listen to their brain.
And
For
they just
example,
listen
if I
to
said
the-
to you 100 years ago, I want to fly, would you laugh at me?
Yeah, normally that's how it
Right.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the substance.
Are we flying now?
Yeah.
Someone's brain was like, I'm not going to listen to what that says. Just because we don't have wings doesn't mean we cannot fly. We are flying. Humans are not supposed to be flying. We don't have wings. 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago,
To adopt it.
your brain is like, we cannot go up there 600 kilometers an hour, 31,000 feet, 6,000 meters in the sky. Are you nuts? Brain says no. You have to do the opposite of the brain. Can you imagine if we didn't do the opposite of what our brain told us? Where we would be as a society, as humans? Now you have to think about that for you. And I have to think, I'm thinking about it also for myself. My brain still says, no, don't apply for that job. My brain said, don't move into this house. My brain was like, this house is too expensive. I've been here for 6 years. Love this house. I have 160 meters. I share it with two lovely people. One of the largest houses I've ever lived in my life. My brain was like, don't move here. You won't be able to afford it. You'll be out in a year.
Scary, yeah.
I'm scared. I'm not going to be able to do it.
How
My
you
mom's
gonna
not
pay
been
for
perfect.
it?
I've been here for 6 years. Really proud of that. Longest place I've ever lived in the house. Don't listen to your brain all the time. Challenge yourself, challenge your brain, challenge your thoughts. That is the first part of being an entrepreneur. Because when you get out there, I promise we're moving forward. When you get out there, you have to make a business. Now
Fear of thoughts.
that we've done all of that, so we started with the introduction to who I am, why you can listen to me, why you can trust me. We talked about my company, showed you what the website should look like. Talked about who you guys are as people, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities and threats. These are all the foundation before you go, okay, now it's time to be an entrepreneur. It's all part of it. Because what you do with yourself, the same processes that you do with yourself, you're going to need to use it on other people. And eventually, you guys and you will even teach this to other people.
Yeah.
That's the idea. The whole idea. One of my favorite movies is Lucy with Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman. And one of the things he said in one of his lectures, which I know it's a lecture from a movie, but it's also science, and he also got it from who came up with the theory of evolution. Oh, I love that I'm having a brain fart right now on camera. But theory of evolution is the theory of evolution. Yeah, I have brain farts too. Charles Darwin. Cells. If cells, when they are created, when they're on the earth, what are they meant to do? They're meant to pass down information. That is what we're supposed to do. That is what our
Cells?
purpose is. Cells. So the things
Oh,
inside
cells,
cells.
yeah.
Cells. Who's got your cells in that name?
Shalom.
Oh, yeah, seven. So your cells are only supposed to pass on information. So that is why everyone on this earth wants to do what? Mate, have a child, keep the race going,
Yeah.
right?
Huisgebouwkibation.
Huisgebouwkibation. Yeah. So for those of you that don't understand, house is a house. Boompje is when you have pregnant, and the beestje is when you have a dog and the house. So this is what we're all meant to do. This is what every human on the earth is trying to do. It's in your sleep. This is what we're all doing. So you need to pass on information. That is what you should all be doing. So this information, I want you to pass this on to only way that we're going to be able to help society, help each other, help yourself is if I pass that information. That's why I'm doing it. I'm going to give it to people, you give it to other people, and then humanity gets better. That's the idea behind being an entrepreneur, guys. How do you make humanity better? Now, we're going to get to the next part of our action, finding your purpose.
Yes.
Finding your purpose.
Like
You can write it down. So there's a book that I talked about recently
How do you
called
write it again in English? Purpose?
Purpose. So there is a book that I have read, and I want you to read it home by Jonathan Ferris called The 4 Hour Work Week.
Or our
You heard me. The 4 hour work week. Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
It's not to make sense. Our
The 4 hour work week. When I read this book messed me up. I will tell you the other book that messed me up as well. But this was one of the very first books that messed me up. Can you imagine that it is possible for you all at this table to be a millionaire and work 4 hours per week?
Yeah.
Wow. That would be lovely.
Then I will marry one of you.
No, Magda, you're gonna be the millionaire,
Oh, okay.
and you're gonna choose who you want to
Okay, I'm gonna
marry.
face my own emotion. It's easy to face them.
I think you're gonna. I think if we do get a lot of comments in this video, I was gonna say Magda's my favorite. Magda's my favorite. I don't know what Magda's saying some of these times, but Magda, I'm happy you're here. I love you so
Next
much.
video, sugar daddy. Finally. You don't need to wait.
Can you write for one of your strengths, personality?
Finding purpose.
Please write
Sugar
personality as one of your
daddy.
strengths.
Personality.
And opportunity. Your personality is one of your best strengths. I think
So
you both
nice.
have wonderful personality, but you can see
Yeah.
she has that.
See, without sugar daddy, I'm not fishing.
Now,
No.
The 4 Hour Work Week by Jonathan Ferris.
Let's go to
Uh,
Switzerland.
One of the main things that he talked about was that finding your purpose. And how do you find your purpose? Is you have to find what excites you. Now, this is going to sound weird again because your brain is going to be like, no, it's scary.
Yeah.
Scary and exciting are the same thing. A lot of the times, and this is what I got from the book, a lot of the times the boredom that we feel and the emotional sadness that we feel, it's all attached to, I'm sorry, it's the drugs that we do,
Yeah.
and the emotional sadness that we feel and the inability to commit to routine comes from the boredom. And the boredom comes from not being satisfied with where you are in your life and what you're doing. It is not in line with your purpose. That is 90% of the reason why people are going towards drugs and alcohol and sex. These are all things that just make you feel better. The idea is that you're supposed to be doing and living your purpose. And if you do live and find your purpose, usually you don't have any need for these distractions anymore because you just want to follow into your purpose.
Yeah.
So can you imagine that becoming an entrepreneur can actually save your life, that it actually can stop you from doing drugs, that it can actually stop you from drinking excessively, that it can actually stop you from doing this, but you have to find out what your purpose is. So everyone at home, you're going to get 5 minutes again. Now that you've done your own SWOT analysis, now that you hopefully have taken some time to learn about yourself, write down 2 things that you would like to do, 2 goals that you would like to do, and they scare the shit out of you. And something tells me you probably already know what they are. 2 minutes, write down what your 2 goals are, and I want to make sure that they scare the shit out of you. And most people already know what those 2 things are. I think it's very interesting. You have time. Is everyone done already? You have,
Just like 1 second.
take your time. You have another minute and 30 seconds. Write down 2 things.
Una papeteada.
Okay, so we're back. And we're going to talk about things that scare you that are goals. Was everyone able to come up with 2? I hope were you guys able to come up with 2 at home? Were you guys able to come up with
Oh,
2?
was it like finding the purpose?
No, it was what are 2 goals that you would like to reach that scare you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So let's start while you're thinking of that. Would you like to share?
Yeah.
Okay.
First one, going to the gym.
Going to the gym scares you.
I feel you,
Yeah.
honey.
Me too.
What?
What?
I feel
Yeah,
you.
I had it every day.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's yeah.
It's mental work.
Why is it scary? I'm lazy. That's why I should get in the gym. But once I get there, I fucking
is
love
scary.
it.
It's scary to start again.
Okay.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, to start, and
Would you like-
also
yeah.
because I know it's good for me.
Yeah, I understand.
Going back to the same thing.
Hmm.
I don't know, and yeah, holding on to one thing.
Sabotaging sometimes.
Yeah,
Holding on to something scares you as well.
yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Think about it.
Like again, I know it's good for me, and sticking to a routine.
Sticking to a routine scares you.
Yeah, also.
Why? I want you guys to do this to yourself. Why? Why? Why does sticking to a routine scare you? Does it scare you? Does it make you feel bored? Are you afraid of becoming stuck in the same pattern of ruts? Is that it?
A what?
Like
Less?
stuck. Well, also fasted. Are you stuck when you feel stuck?
Yeah,
Is that why you don't like being in routines?
I guess so.
Good deep questions,
Yeah.
right? So these are things you have to ask yourself. Why are you afraid of it? Because most likely you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know, I just need to go there and just sticking to it for like a week, maybe
Mhm.
two, and then it becomes routine. I
Same.
don't
I know.
know.
We call that consistency.
Yeah, consistency. Yeah.
So consistency is when you do the work, and I got this from Hamza Ahmed, but you do the work even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Do the work even when you don't feel like it. You write it 3 times. And you can write this at home. Just write it down. Do the work even when you don't feel like it. Like I said, this is not from me, it's from Hamza Ahmed. Whatever you think about him, I don't know, but he started changing my life. He's on YouTube, I love him. So you have to do the work even when you don't feel like it.
And don't listen to your brain.
And don't listen to your
Yeah.
brain, because your brain is like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Your brain's not tired. It took me so long to figure out, for me, that I am really, really strong. Because my brain still thinks I'm little Eric. My brain still thinks I'm 11-year-old Eric that is about 35 kilos, 160 centimeters. I'm 190 centimeters and 92 kilos. And my brain still thinks I'm little Eric. It is so wrong. My brain still thinks the sky is blue. You have to take control of your thoughts and be like, I'm probably not scared of it. I'm not scared of it. There's really nothing to be afraid of. And when you really think about it, there probably isn't anything to be afraid of. All the fears in your head. I have the same problem. And I'm going to get to my stuff. I'll get to my stuff too last. I want to help you guys. If you want to
For
share.
me, it's my health and my freedom. So my health, I mean, also go with the start again. It's just like
But what is a specific goal with your health? I want you to be specific about your goals.
Yeah, well, balanced my body again, so back to my real weight and the constants of taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be scary because sometimes you face many many challenges,
Especially in daily life.
and you really and
Yeah.
with my emotion we're going through it too, and I make up with many excuses, so I have to work double with my brain to like pushing different. That can be exhausted, and that's scary. That I might not following the routine also of work and making money, and so it might be distract, but a good distraction. That's scary, and my freedom. I
So your goal is more freedom.
more freedom.
And you're
Yeah,
afraid of freedom.
it's sometimes no. I'm afraid of not having freedom.
Okay.
Not afraid, but I've been facing that like.
So you're
uh,
afraid of not having freedom.
Yes.
Your goal is to have more freedom. And
Yes.
what do you mean by freedom?
Freedom,
What?
I mean, free to really go through what I need and I want to, and not be like forced to do things. Or I'm never being forced to do things, and even that, if I don't want to, I don't do it. But many times I thought, because I go against many things,
Yeah.
might be in prison or whatever can lock me there. And then, but still, my real freedom it's mentally. So maybe free from cultural, religious, and many things can be on the way, and just free to feel what is right for me and not what is right for others. Because we never
So,
know.
what is your goal?
Freedom, free your mind for whatever can block you on the way. Religious, cultural, rules of the, whatever it's right for me, it's right for me.
So, give me a sentence. My goal is to be blank, blank. To be freedom
Yeah,
or to be free in
my
what?
goal is to trust myself to be free or something.
Trust yourself to be free.
Trust my thoughts, trust my feelings, and not
believe in
go through
yourself.
what
To
such
believe in
things
yourself.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, but does that scare you?
It's
You,
scary because cultural and religious,
Okay.
you're limited with mental people, right?
Yeah.
I understand.
So it's not
Now I get
spiritual anymore. So I'm really spiritual, and that can
Mhm.
be limited other people, which I don't care about that.
Mhm.
But we have families and we have
I get you
thoughts,
now.
and we
Yeah,
sometimes
we
it's
have been brought up in
it's
different
like
ways.
in the medieval having a witch in a village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might kill you for that.
Yeah. So you
And
don't want to
this
be
is
If you're
the witch killed
spiritual.
because
You
of
know,
your
spiritual.
spirituality.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
mind to
I
get
understand,
killed,
but
but
it's
the whole process might be a little
We
bit
do
challenging.
mind if we get killed, Magda. We want you to live. That is the point of this
Really?
course.
exactly.
No,
You will live a long life.
And
it's
you will be
just
living
the
free.
way it might be. Some countries is still pulling a rocks
I
on
get
you,
it.
so
I get it.
it's, you know
I
what
get
I
it.
mean?
So it's also
Free.
you want to be free to be yourself and express yourself and to do your business, and you're afraid because if
Free
you
to
do
be
that,
me.
then it's going to be
Yeah, yeah.
against a lot of your cultural and family traditions that you've been brought up with.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah.
That's what. So write that down.
How to write it
I
down?
have no idea,
When I
but-
say freedom for me, I have all this.
I know, but that's what you mean. So I wish
told
to
you my
be
weakness is
free.
explaining.
I know. I wish to be free to be myself, my true, authentic self. That is your goal,
Be my authentic self.
in spite of family or society
Yeah.
or religion
A cultural,
or
Self-
culture.
yeah, a
Yeah,
culture.
cultural
I
reasons.
understand that, and I believe a lot of people at home have that too. And I want to talk about how to get rid of that block because I have the same thing. I grew up in a very, very strict Christian home, Christian Judeo-Jewish home
Oh
wow.
yeah, that's.
That's a huge combination.
with African parents.
Oh wow.
You understand me, right?
I understand
okay,
you.
Yeah,
I
just say
understand you.
African parents.
So,
It's not
John,
sometimes.
tell us about you. What are two goals that you would like to reach that are really scary?
Money.
So you want to what? Make it specific.
I want to make money, but I'm always scared how to make money, and that always blocked me.
Mhm.
And it blocked me like what it will be the best option. Also because my financial structure sometimes I'm not very intelligent on that, which I've been working on. But it's always like okay, well, let's create a business, let's do something, but how to start to get it there, you know? So the whole situationship about money
Hi everyone. Had a little break. So this is going to be part 3 of the video series, how to be an entrepreneur. We already went through a couple things, and now we're going to get to the last part. So I want to discuss operating your business, learning finance, scaling the business up, how you guys can work with my business, and then we're done. Okay, so operating a business the day to day. We last left off on the routine. You need to have a routine. I told you my routine. I get up, try not to check my email, but I do work on anything in bed that I need to press on, and then I try to meditate, eat, work out, then I start work. Take your time, figure out your routine. The work needs to be productive. It needs to move you towards your goals. You guys wrote down 2 goals that you are afraid of. You can make sure that when you make your routine, what are the steps I can make to make that goal happen in 6 months or 12 months with a 24-hour work week? How can you do that? Okay. If you don't know what to do, you're like stuck. Chat GPT is your friend. Chat GPT is your friend. Type it in. These are my strengths. These are my weaknesses. These are my opportunities and my threats. Can you suggest to me businesses that I can run? Can you suggest to me jobs that fit for me and my purpose? These are the things that I'm afraid of and the goals that I want to reach. ChatGPT will come up with a step-by-step action plan for you to reach those goals. I did it too. I like writing things down, so I wrote it down in my book. I wrote down a list, and you check it off as you go. This gives your brain dopamine, and it makes your brain realize that you are going forward in a direction.
Doing something.
Exactly. And you need to show yourself. So we just had a quick talk with Naveen. He said, you feel stuck. And I'm like, right. But you're not stuck anymore. You guys at home, if you feel stuck, you're not stuck anymore. Why? Because, sorry, my house is still haunted. You're not stuck anymore. Why? Because you are taking this class. You want to do better. I always say, compared to the other average